Hello, my friends. Let's talk about the Ark of the Covenant. Many of you know about where the Ark of the Covenant is found, but there's some new testimony detail that you need to be aware of. In the late 90s, a man named Wyatt did some digs around Golgotha, the place where Yeshua, Jesus the Christ, was crucified. And in these digs, he came across the Ark of the Covenant. There's a lot of details that go into this, but basically he went from above where the crucifixion took place, and they started digging into the caves underneath, and he found directly underneath where the cross hole was, where Yeshua died. There was a crack in the ground. There was a casing underneath, and inside the casing was the Ark of the Covenant. He scraped off some blood from the top of the Ark of the Covenant and had it tested. This is an illustration of what Ron saw in the cave. This is a recreation that somebody else built using the dimensions of the scriptures and the description that Ron gave of what he saw. Here's the drawer where the Torah scroll was kept. Now, the Torah is the first 5 books of the scriptures. They're called the teachings. Torah means teachings. It can be used to describe other things because the Torah is the Hebrew word for teaching. So often people get confused because they hear the word Torah and they think it means teachings of men, but it doesn't. It means the first 5 books of the Bible or the teachings of Yehovah. Okay, here is a diagram of everything that's going on that we're talking about here, okay? The cross hole is at the top. That's where the cross hole would have been. Down this crack and underneath where the cross hole is found in Israel, you have a cave. And inside the cave was a case. And when Ron found the case, the top of it was askew, and it was just askew, just enough that the blood would have dropped in. That's where he got the blood from. Now let's watch the video of him talking about this blood.
Anyway, would you please do that for me? And they said, okay, we'll do it. So anyway, I said, I want to be there when you take it out and examine it. So I was back there. They took it out, examined it under a microscope, and the one technician called the other one over there, and then they called the boss over there, and they were talking Hebrew a mile a minute there for a little bit, and they looked at me and they said, Mr. Wyatt, this human blood only has 24 chromosomes in it. Everybody else has 46. You see, 23 from your mother, 23 from your father, 22 autosomes from your mother, 22 autosomes from your father. You get an X from your mother, you may get an X or a Y from your father, all right? This blood had 23 chromosomes from the mother's side, 1 Y chromosome only. You see, the child could not have developed if they hadn't had the autosomes from the mother. So all of his physical characteristics were determined by his mother's side of the family, her autosomes. His maleness was determined by this 1 Y that came from the source, not a human male. Then they said, this blood is alive. And then they said, whose blood is this? I said, it's the blood of your Messiah.
Okay, here's a picture looking down into where they got down into the cave. You can see the fake cross hole that ended up not being the real cross hole, and you can see how they were going down into the cave there. This is where the real cross hole is. It's up above a bit, and Ron actually ended up doing some damage to this hole because he didn't realize that that's what it was. But then when they found out what was underneath, they figured out what this was. These cutouts right here, you can see the cutouts at the top. That's where the signs would have been for where it said King of the Jews, and those signs would have been right there in those cutouts. This is what it looks like today. It's a sitting area with benches, and you can go up there and sit right in that area. So we've got 2005 and today. 2005 and today. Okay, we hear about the Ark being stashed away in 2nd Maccabees. You have to learn about Maccabees and what happened during that time because it's all about the Hanukkah season, actually, and it's about the temple being defiled. So there was an abomination of desolation that took place in the temple already one time. I personally believe we're going to see another deeper understanding of this happen. But if you want to check out where the ark was hidden, the Ark of the Covenant was hidden, check out 2 Maccabees. Jeremiah found a cave dwelling. He carried the tent, the ark, and the incense altar into it and then blocked up the entrance. Some of his companions came to mark out the way. I'm going to show you some footage that I got from A Rood Awakening, and I'm going to tag him in this. Go to his YouTube. If you want to see a full breakdown of everything that I'm showing you here, go to his YouTube channel. There's 2 episodes on this, and you should definitely go watch them. In this video, we have a gold detection device. It's a frequency detector that detects the frequency of gold and silver. We have it set to the gold setting, and the person is walking around above the platform, above where the cave would be, and you can see how this gold detector is going off. Remember that the Ark of the Covenant is 600 to 800 pounds of gold, so this detector would definitely pick it up.
Here it is searching, it's moving back and forth, and it's pointing. It's saying the ark is back this way. That's matching up with the cross hole, okay? The ark is below the cross hole. And there were 30 some odd tests done with this, and we're seeing a few of them here. Every test confirmed the ark being in the spot that Ron Wyatt described. Here's at the edge of the Ark of the Covenant. When it spins, it means the gold is below. So here it's spinning, it's saying the gold is below this.
His video also goes through what the angels said to him when he went into the area where the ark was found. And it goes through all the detail of the blood analysis and has witnesses and witness statements and all of that. Very, very important. If you're skeptical about this, don't argue in my comments. Go watch the original video so you can have all of the details. I can't fit them in here. I 125.6329% believe that the ark will be coming onto the scene very soon. We will see the tablets of stone that are inside the ark. We will see that the Torah scroll is there right with the ark. So the Torah's not done away with, guys. And you're going to see the evidence. The blood is going to come out. You're going to see the blood reports. All of that is going to come out and it's going to be revealed. Why? Because the evidence will have to be coming out so that people have a clear understanding that these things happened, that the word of God is true, and you have a choice to make. Are you going to follow God into the kingdom, or are you going to continue to rebel? That will be your moment of choice. This is all going to be revealed probably right before the mark of the beast sets in. So keep your eyes open for all of this coming to light, even in a fuller way. And then right around that time, you'll probably see the mark of the beast, which will likely be associated with the Sabbath day. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to argue with me on that, I have a 2-part series on the Sabbath and what it means and why you need to keep the Sabbath. And it's in my YouTube channel. Love you guys. Bye. Shabbat Shalom.